What's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy from WeldTec Designs, and today I brought the big guns in. Well, these aren't that big, so instead I got these little monsters here, and they're gonna help tell you all about this van. They're gonna help me tell you guys all the cool stuff that we did here at WeldTec Designs to this van. A lot of our products, some of other people's products. It's just awesome what we're doing here. And if you're thinking about building a van or motorhome, you're gonna wanna make sure you smash that subscribe button down below, because we're putting out videos every week to teach you guys about vans, van products, little tips and tricks about them, as well as RVs. Right, Kaden?
Yeah.
Let's talk about this van. So let's talk about the lift kit that we put on here. There's going to be a lot of components. We'll find out what maybe my favorite component is, and then the kids as well. But you can see that the first thing on here as we come and look at this is going to have a large 285/70/17 tire. Now, of course, having our pre-run or our winch bumper up on the front of this, there's a ton of clearance there for that wheel. Well, the big thing with this lift kit is there's also going to be a ton of clearance in the rear because of those new extended radius arms that we've put on there, which are going to be just simply amazing. Well, we didn't stop there. This is also going to have our lift coils. We've added the Fox shocks to the front of this. This is also going to have our steering stabilizer kit and what's a Baja Grocery Getter kit without a set of modified I-beams. Well, these awesome, I think I said BFG, I don't know. These are the Toyo MT tires, and they are wrapped in, Kylie, what kind of wheels are these?
Method race wheels.
Yes, awesome. We're teaching her method race wheels. You know, you got to teach these kids young. So very cool. I know, Kaden, you're always a big fan of the method race wheels, and we've been putting those on a lot of our vans, including you picked out for the very first, our Chevy van when we built it, right? And which ones did you pick out? The gold ones. I wasn't so sure about that. If you don't know what we're talking about, we can throw up a card. Go check out that video when he was probably just a little bit older than Kylie.
She wasn't even alive.
Yeah, she wasn't even around. Well, as Kaden, you're holding on to something up in the front. What are you holding on to? What is that up there?
Front bumper, the winch bumper.
It is. That is going to be our Ford E-Series Tube Winch Bumper. Let's go check it out. So as we jump up here to the front of this, what's really neat about our Tube Winch Bumper is it's going to come in about 3 different variations, being just the single main tube, our classic top hoop, our grill guard, or just a simple 1 bar up in the front. There really is a lot of options, and even if you want one big enough to completely guard the front of the grill, we can do that as well. Well, what's really cool, this is that classic top hoop bumper that we have up on here. And what else have we put on here, Kaden?
And behind the skid plate, we have a 12K worn winch.
We do. This is also really cool. This is going to be on a synthetic rope, and what's nice is it's really easy to access it. Most of these winches now are also wireless, so you don't even have to plug in the controller. You just have to be able to get to the clutch mechanism to put it in forward or neutral, or put it into neutral, so that you can just free spool it. Now again, like he said, what's really nice is that's all tucked behind this WeldTec Design skid plate. Another thing that we have on this is going to be our HTX lights made by Lightforce. These things are just amazing. What's really cool about these are going to have the HID in the center and then the LED on the outside of it. And usually we're putting those on 2 switches inside, so you don't have to use them all together. I use just these outside lights the most on mine. They are really, really bright. A couple other things that you'll notice on the front of our Tube Winch Bumper is going to be these awesome D-ring recovery hook mounts right here. You can put a D-ring in there, and a lot of times we'll just go ahead and hook that cable right up to there. Well, we didn't stop there. We did add a couple other things. We do have a set of striker lights on here as well. These things are awesome. We got carried away with them on both the Razor and our Chevy Express van, putting them all up over the roof. So very cool. This is a lot going on here on the front of this you know, Ford E-Series with our complete performance package. You might think that this video is done, but we got a lot more to talk about, all the things we did. We're gonna keep moving down the side of this. Let's go.
So right here we have our WeldTec Designs rock sliders, which are actually super useful because it's easy for us to get in and out without having to jump up here like this.
That's what's great about these, is now you have that step, which is about 10 inches lower than your initial step would be by having that. What's really nice about these as well is you can add a plate to it too if you want a bigger foot pad in order to get in and out. And as you can see, we already have Kylie. I think she's ready to go for a ride. She's buckling herself in. And what's great about this is if these steps weren't on here, she wouldn't have been able to get in, but she has no problem getting in and buckling herself up. I think they're excited. They're ready to go for a ride. I even have a blockhead here now as well. But as we have the door open, so let's see if Caden can show us how to use our door hook right here.
It's out, and then it comes around the fender, and it hooks onto your fender. So then this door will stay open now, and like if it's windy or there's like a hurricane.
Hurricanes, yep, those are always a big factor.
Then your door doesn't close.
I mean, he's kind of right, you know, especially if you're going to be doing a build out and you're going to put any kind of cabinet on this door as well. That's going to be really nice to keep this door open. Yes, of course, I know a lot of you guys use a bungee cord and it's really cheap and inexpensive. This is pretty inexpensive as well. And you know what? Maybe we'll do something. How about this? Everybody that comments on this video down below, we will pick one of you guys. You have to say that you do have a Ford van and we will be giving one of these away. How about that? You can't beat free. Free's cheaper than a bungee cord. There it is, guys. We're not done yet. Rock sliders, we're still moving to the back. We got more. We come around to the back of this. I got me another blockhead here. Craziness, you know, when you bring your kids to work, you know, that's what happens when it's a holiday and your kids don't have school, right? So a lot of cool things going on the back of this, and this is something that we don't get to show, you know, that often. But keep in mind, guys, if you're going to have a lift kit done by us, we do install other people's products. For instance, on this particular build, we have installed an Aluminess rear bumper. So this is going to have an Aluminess rear bumper for the Ford Econoline, and then we're going to throw something in different, and this is going to be a backwoods box. Now what's really cool about these backwood boxes is going to be like almost, they're called like a molly panel that you can mount additional gear on them as well. I definitely like how strong this box is, and it's also going to have a shock on the inside in order to keep it open. Now, one other thing to keep in mind, guys, when you're doing your box, I know it seems like it would make a lot of sense to have your door open the other way, but when we get into this, we're going to open this up. And now here's the one thing with their boxes, you do have to like pull the pin, come around on this side. Well, kind of, sort of. You know, that's what's awesome about a WeldTec bumper. It just locks in place. All right, so that's in place. Keeping in mind though, I'm gonna tell you, like on our bumper, the door does swing open farther. And a lot of times, I mean, I guess you could technically put another hole in your bumper and have this swing around more. But on our bumpers, I don't want this to open the other way because then the door would open up into your van. So something to think about when you're doing your build on, you know, on your van. You start putting your box on, trying to figure out everything that you want to do. Now, we're gonna keep coming around, and while this is all open up, I want to show you something else. We know that you all need to carry a table, so on there, you're gonna have a folding table mount. So this table, and that's gonna be a 24 by 48 inch folding table. So really nice, something, you know that you always wanna have those on your van and you don't know where to put them. Well, if you have an Aluminess rear bumper or one of our rear bumpers, you can attach it to the back of the box or right here on the back of your bumper. Pretty rad. And then you just put it all back away. Boom. It's done. So pretty cool, pretty easy. Of course, we can open up the second swing right there. Really not a whole bunch to see if you're familiar with the Aluminess products. You know, definitely nice and a little bit lighter weight. This is probably about 40 pounds lighter than our WeldTec Designs bumper. So it's not huge, but if you're trying to save some weight, I guess that's one way to do it, you know? So we can put all that away. And now what's really nice is this also is going to have the little rack on the top. You can put stuff, you can even move your license plate up to the top of that. Typically, that's what I would recommend doing. And any of these products that we've talked about in today's video, they will be in the description down below. And just when you think we're done, we're still not. We gotta talk rear suspension, guys. Let's go.
So in the back here to lift this thing up, we have some progressive leaf springs with our Fox shocks.
And he is right. Another thing that's really nice is our progressive leaf springs is you're able to do these to the weight of your particular vehicle. So if this was just a normal passenger van without a build out, it might have a lighter spring set than if you were going to do a larger build out on your van. Keeping in mind, here's another thing, guys, a new product coming up is also if you have a 4-wheel drive van that has a front lift on it and you're still running 3-inch blocks in the rear, now from WeldTec Designs, you can get progressive leaf springs for the rear of your van as well as Fox shocks for the back of it, or even King shocks. As a matter of fact, we just did one with King's front and rear. So a lot of really cool things going on here at WeldTec Designs. This thing is quite a bit higher right now in the back because the build out is not done, but a lot of really cool things. Another set of the Method wheels. These are the 305 Envies. This is a 17-inch wheel, 8.5 inches wide, and it is 4 3/4 back spacing or a 0 offset. Guys, again, if you have any questions, comment down below. I'll be happy to answer them. Let's recap on this build. So a ton of stuff going on this Ford E-350. I mean, this thing is really, really cool. I can't wait to see it all the way done. So again, guys, what we did on this is our complete performance package. That's gonna be the front suspension coupled with the rear suspension when we do progressive springs. We did a steering stabilizer up front, a tube winch bumper, a ton of lights, and a Warn winch, which is great. We added that door hook, our rock sliders on here as well, which are going to be great. And then finish it off with an Aluminess rear bumper, a backwoods box, and a Method spare, because of course you want a full-size spare on your van. So if you have, this is my life, guys, this is craziness, you know. I don't even know where I was at. See what happens? Kids, you know? If you have kids, you know, though. You can relate to this nutso world. So that's it, guys. Remember, comment down below on this video. Tell me that you have a Ford and you need a door hook. We will be giving one of those away. Otherwise, I don't know if I have anything else. You got anything, buddy?
Nope.
Should they subscribe to Growing Up Garage?
Yeah, so make sure you guys subscribe to Growing Up Garage, Jeremy's World 10, and WeldTec Designs. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
That's
Bye.
it. See ya.
Kai, hit it.